welcome back to Coffee Catch Up episodes of the Mums Night Out podcast with me, Rachel. Well, that summer went by in a flash, didn't it? Yeah, here we are, September, back to school, back to reality, back to life. And yeah, I really feel like I've actually really enjoyed the summer, and but it does feel like it's flown by in a flash. And I apologise saying that, because I do understand that there are probably a lot of you that don't feel like that, and there are people that also feel like it has dragged on and it's been a struggle, and I get that, and I get that it's totally different for everybody depending on your own individual situations. And kind of one thing that I would say around that is just, it's okay, like however you've found the summer, whether you've loved it, whether you've hated it, whether you've been a mix of everything, it's all okay, because we're all entitled to feel how we feel. And, you know, those emotions change on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, sometimes minute to minute. So, yeah, I hope that you found some enjoyment, and it wasn't too crazy this summer. So what I wanted to just quickly talk with you about today is that kind of back to school transition. If you have got school age children, I want to say one thing, almost like a mantra to say to yourselves, and that word is kindness. And what I mean by that is, going back to school is a huge time of transition, because everything is changing from, you know, the last 6-7 weeks, however long the kids have been on holiday. Everyone in the family has done things in a certain way, got used to certain ways of being, got used to times of waking up, got used to the activities that they do and all these things. And then all of a sudden, it's a big change. And especially if you've got children who are moving to a new school, starting school for the first time, starting secondary school, these are all really big transitions. So what I mean by saying sort of kindness is obviously recognizing that the kids are going to have all these varied emotions and are going to need a little bit of time to process this transition. But more importantly, or just as importantly, it's a transition for us parents as well, because we also have to switch modes. We have to switch from, you know, maybe having slightly more relaxed mornings to back to the craziness of the morning school runs, making packed lunches, getting everyone out the door, brushing hair, brushing teeth, all the crazy stuff that goes on with those school runs. We are also going to have to get back to all the various after school activities that our kids are doing, and we're traipsing around from here, there and everywhere, getting everybody where they need to be. It's also a really big transition for us as well. And so the kindness that we show to our kids during this period of transition, we need to show the same kindness to ourselves, because it takes a while. So often I have made this mistake time and time again, but last couple of years I'm really starting to get better at this, because I'm really make a conscious effort to remember it. I used to always think that, oh, as soon as the kids go back to school, I'm going to crack on. I've got loads of stuff I'm so excited to get on with, and I've got loads of work to do, and jump into new projects. And whilst this is very admirable, it's very rarely the reality that I can sustain, because what happens in that first week back, you have a staggered back. I don't know about you, but you have different kids going back on different days. You've got maybe one starting on one day, one starting a day later, or a couple of days later. And then you've got the clubs. Some of the clubs are back on the first week, and some of the clubs are not back till next week. So there's a whole sort of staggered start. And I almost try to give myself a staggered start as well now, because what I find is, kids are back to school, right, I jump on my computer, I'm going to be so proactive, I've got loads and loads of stuff to do, I'm going to be really productive, have a great day, get loads of stuff done. But in reality, I'm not allowing myself to just really experience that transition and understand that it's going to take me a while to get back into that mode as well. I've gone from sort of holiday mode now into kind of more focused work mode, and it doesn't happen overnight. You can't just flick a switch and then suddenly be, right, now I'm super productive and I'm going to get 10 million things done in one day. And for me, it's never ever worked like that. And I beat myself up in the past as to why I've not been able to do that and why I can't just get straight on and crack on. But I realised that I need that transition time as well. And so what I do is I try to kind of ease things back in. So I wouldn't do like a massive work project like the first week that the kids are back. I would start to set myself some smaller goals of things that I kind of want to do in little small pockets of time. But I'd also make sure I'm allowing time for kind of my own self-care and my own sort of mental well-being, really, just to have some of those time out. Because also what we forget is if we've been at home with the kids over the 6 weeks holiday, we have had a whole large period of time where we've not really been by ourselves. We've not had time on our own. We've not had that space, that thinking space, that head space that, you know, is actually really, really important. So I try to make sure now that I do give myself that time as well during these first couple of weeks. Just headspace, just thinking space, and those moments of quiet, because that's what I've kind of missed over the summer. And so that is my challenge for you today, is just see if you can find those little pockets of time just to have a bit of quiet time, have a bit of reflection for yourself, and give yourself and show yourself kindness that you are experiencing a period of transition as well. So I hope that helps. If this resonated with you, please come and chat with me on social media. I'm at Rachel Bloomfield Coaching on all the socials, and I love to hear any takeaways that you have from this episode, and I'll chat to you soon.